Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to tell to all the seekers a very specific instruction. In our life, we should never take a position of a guru. When we take the position of a guru, guru means heavy. In Sanskrit language, guru means heavy. Gurutva Karshan. Because the moment we take the position of the guru, all our channels of learning are blocked. See? And if we keep on learning in our life, we will never grow old. You know the signs of old people? There are many of them. But the hidden signs of old people are those. They know everything. They have got answers for every question, but nobody asks them any question. See? Then they are old. And anything, I know, you don't have to teach me. See? And the same thing exactly happens when we take the position that I have to teach the world. Friends, we are in this world to learn. This is university. And when we go to the college, in the class, when the teacher is teaching, do any one of us get up and say, "Sir, excuse me, she has not understood"? Our attention is whether we have understood or not. Bhagavad Gita says, Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva atmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmana. We are here for our upliftment. Then what will happen to the world? See, in the 6th chapter the teacher tells very clearly. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanava dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyam. When there is a need, I will come. You don't worry about my creation. You take care of your creation. See? What is God's creation? What is our creation? God's creation is a woman. Our creation is a wife. God's creation is a man. Our creation is a husband. And these two species, so they should take care of their creation. Don't worry about God's creation. See, friends, then only we will be able to learn. See, and when our process of learning is a continuous process, every moment we are in tune with the Guru. Every moment. Because who is a Guru? Who teaches us? So if every experience is teaching us, then we are all the time in tune with the Guru. See? Simply saying Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, as if you are scolding the Guru. Therefore, here the best topic in Bhagavad Mahapuran is this. Don't get caught up in a personality. Hold on to the principle. See, this is the beauty of our Hindu culture. We don't talk about personality. We talk about the principle. And only simply saying, let noble thoughts come to me from all sides. This is what Veda says. If noble thoughts have to come to me from all sides, it doesn't matter who says. What matters is what is said. See, then only we can learn and grow wise. So here Bhagavan Dattatreya tells, I have learned all the wisdom from my 24 gurus. So if Bhagavan Dattatreya has to have a house, thank God he doesn't have. He is Avadhuta. He doesn't have anything in this world. See friends, Bhagavan Ram, Bhagavan Krishna, they are neither in Ayodhya nor in Dwarka. They are in the hearts of the people. Till such time, human beings exist, Rama and Krishna will continue to be. See, the real place which we must occupy in our life is in the hearts of the people. And that can happen only if we become a source of motivation. And that also can happen if we remain inspired. And we can remain inspired if we are constantly in a process of learning. See friends, therefore, from the space, Bhagavan Dattatreya says that like the space has many things with forms and names, but the space is one. Any kind of contents do not touch the space. In the same manner, one should practice Muni Nabhastvam Vitatasya Bhavayet. Muni, the contemplative seeker, don't get lost in that yoga practice wherein you are told Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Stop thinking. The teacher says, and he also starts thinking. He is also thinking. Don't get lost in that. See? One day to one person, he was, a dean of a yoga college from Bihar, a very old institution of yoga. And there was an international yoga conference. And I have been given 3 talks I had to give. So all the people from all over the world, all yogis, professors, teachers, and who are practicing twisting the body, etc. So now what do I have to talk before you? I said, if I tell you the same thing what you already know, you will not enjoy. So I will create confusion in your mind. Because I am a devotee of Bhagavan Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna has got a very simple principle, and that is a management funda. Either convince or confuse. So I confuse. Then I told them, I shall be talking to you on the Akasha Yoga. So they said, Akasha Yoga we have never heard. I said, that's what is called a confusion. See, Akasha Yoga is this. Instead of simply keeping the mind quiet, what next? After the curfew of pranayam is over, immediately the mind will revolt. Then, when the mind is relatively quiet, that time, do the bhavana. And what is that bhavana? Don't do meditation. Play meditation. Do this bhavana. What it is like being space. Work on this. Space is one. Contents are many. Many contents do not contaminate the space. Space has no beginning, no middle, no end. Space has no shape, no form. Space supports all the names, all the forms, but does not get influenced by any name, any form. See, Navastvam bhavayet munihi. In this manner, I learned from the space how to live in this world like a space. We have also space inside the head. But that space, why? Cinema type. Don't do like this. I want to see the audience is not sleeping. Make it bright. That's it, good. Now I also don't feel sleepy. It will be meditation. So, this space, untouched by everything it contains, in the same manner, the self that I am is untouched by the contents. Which are the contents in the conscious space? In the gross space, gross contents. In the mental space, thought contents. In the conscious space, the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper and the meditator, 4 contents. Like the clouds, they come from nowhere, they go nowhere. In the same manner, the waker comes from nowhere, goes nowhere. Dreamer comes from nowhere, goes nowhere. Deep sleeper comes from nowhere, goes nowhere. The samadhi fellow comes from nowhere and goes nowhere. But the conscious space neither comes nor goes. Practice this. See? Without your effort, you will stop. Then you will understand the meaning of life is a time pass. This is what I learned from the space. Bhagavan Dattatreya said. Further, now next Guru number 4. Swachchaha prakrutitaha snigdhaha madhurya tirtha bhurnunam muni punatyapam mitra iksha sparshana kirtanaihi. Now what are the qualities of the water? Water is naturally clean. It is very comfortable, it is sweet, and it becomes like a Ganges or Pushkara Tirtha. It is purifying by the very vision, by touching or by drinking. In the same manner, I have learned that like the qualities of the water, our personality should be such. It should be snigdha and sweet. Friends, the tapasya in Bhagavad Gita with reference to the speech is not maunam. Maunam is the tapasya of the mind. Manaprasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha. That is the mind's tapasya. The tapasya of the speech is that anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat. Whenever we have to talk to anybody, casually also, talk sweet. More than how we should talk and what we should talk, we must know what we should not talk. See? And like the clean water makes anybody very comfortable, in the same manner, our presence must be such that people are comfortable in our presence. Otherwise, Baapre, aa gaya Vedanti, bhago. There was one man running, another was following. So people asked him, hey, what happened? First catch that fellow. So they got hold of. Now what? Why are you running? He was talking to me Vedanta, therefore I was running. Then he said, when you talked to me Vedanta, that time I was sitting. Now I want to take the revenge. Friends, when you are dealing with yourself, when we deal with ourselves, apply Vedanta. When we deal with the world, apply devotion, love. We do the other way around. Once somebody had a heart problem, I was called, I went there. And to make the thing ha-ha-hoo, I said, hey, congratulations. So he was looking at me with a broken heart. I said, you have heart attack because you have a heart. Congratulations. After that was over, I went back. And after 2 months or so, he came to see me. And those days, I used to have the migraine headache. Now it is gone. So, I was tossing on the bed. He came. I said, I'm sorry, come after 2-3 hours. I'm having migraine terribly. I just can't talk. He said, Swamiji, I will not go. Congratulations. I said, you are having fun. I am dying of this headache. He said, do you remember? When I had a heart attack, what you said? I remember, I said. But do you know? Heart was yours, head is mine. Basic difference, you know. See, friends, apply Vedanta on yourself. And with the world, when we deal with pure love, understanding, sacrifice, then it is called as something learning from water. Otherwise, you know, pani ho gaye unko dekh karke. No, not that way. Narayan. So, Satchaha Prakrititha Sigdhaha Madhuryatir Bhrumranam Muni Punatyapam Mitra Iksha Sparshana Kirtanaihi. So, by our very presence, by our very touch. See, the other day, somewhere I was, and one person came in Rajasthan. We are going from Bombay to Udaipur, Udaipur to Jodhpur for some function. After we got landed in Udaipur, there was a storm, dust storm, so the flight could not take. So they say flight will not go. Then we will drop you by the car. So in that car, 5 unknown people came together. And there was great fun. And after we separated, reaching our destination, there was one German boy who was with us. And he shook hand. I said, hey, thanks a lot. You gave us a good company. He did like that. And then he said, now I am not going to wash my hand for 1 day. Why? I am feeling so good. I said, because I never work. Therefore, my hands are soft. Nothing beyond it. Those who work hard, their hands are like, you know, the rocks. See? If by our very touch, by our talk, if somebody is comforted, then alone we have lived a dignified life. Then from the fire I learned, Tejasvi tapasa deepto Durudharodara bhajanaha sarvabhakshopi yuktatma na datte malam agnivata. So from the fire I learned, like the fire is self-illumined and it is full of light and heat, and nobody can put the fire down. One of the name of the fire is Nachiketa. See, the great character from Kathopanishad. If you see, you must have seen it, when you lit a stick, matchstick, if you hold it like this, the flame will go up. If you try to put the flame down, yet it will go up. In the same manner, I have learned this thing from the fire. Never give up in life. May what happen, hold on to the goal. And fire is always urdhvagami. It is not going down in a base lifestyle. See, friends, Our scriptures tell, ahar nidra bhaya maithurancha. 4 things are common between human beings and animals. Eating, sleeping, procreation, and all the time worried about security. If that alone we have to live for, then God will correct his mistake. Next life, go into the pig's body. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunancha, nothing else. So from the fire I learned this thing, that one has to be all the time committed to one's goal and never give up. And then, second thing is that the fire never accumulates anything. No sangraha. Whatever is given is consumed there itself and hands are washed. See? We keep on accumulating so much that it becomes a problem for us to take care of. You go to anybody's house in the whole world, there are at least 70-80% things which are unwanted. There was one Tamilian and his wife. I went to their house for taking food. So, the husband had come recently from Japan after one MBA course. He was sponsored by his company. He came back. And he said, Swamiji, I want to tell my wife, but she doesn't listen to me. So we are, the catalytic agent. So I told her, you have gathered so many things in the house. I learned recently in Japan that thing which is not used for last 6 months is not wanted, throw it away. But she doesn't listen to me. At least you may tell, she may listen to you. So before my telling, wife uvacha. Wife tells, Swamiji, tell my husband, the first thing to throw out of the house will be he. Unused for last 6 months. How many things we collect in our house, in our around, Therefore, lesser the Sangraha Buddhi, yesterday also I told you, Sangraha Buddhi is collecting things. And the same attitude goes inside. See? All the time living in the past. Be very attentive. That experience from which we learn does not create any impression on our mind. And that experience from which we do not learn, the impressions are created on the mind. Give example. Fire burnt us during our childhood one way or the other sometime. So we have learned from that fire burns. Therefore, we have no hatred for the fire. But we don't learn from our interaction with the people. See, the other day somebody was telling me, Swamiji, whatever you may say, I cannot tolerate my father. I cannot. So I kept quiet. I said, thank you, at least you tolerate me. Then she told me, when I was a child, I know how he was beating me mad. Now also if I think of that, I start shivering. See? So those impressions from that experience have gone so deep in her that she just cannot get rid of. So when we are interacting with the world, any experience, if we learn from that, no impression will be formed. And if we don't learn, what happened to that lady? Now she is almost 50 and her father is about 70, 68, 70. And yet she just doesn't want to even go and meet him. If he is ill, what can I do? That kind of attitude. Because she or anybody has not learned, mind is destroyed. See, friends. Then how to learn? The best teachers I have seen in my life are the kids. From them I have learned million things. One day, somebody's house as usual, breakfast or something was going on. husband, wife, myself, and their one son, 8-9 years. And we are taking paratha, a Punjabi house. Paratha and nice things we are eating. That time, like a Hindi movie, a phone rang. And he said, Swami, excuse me, I had to go somewhere. I said, go, I don't need you. I got paratha. He went. I'll try to come fast. I said, don't hurry, take your own time. So he went. And after he went, then naturally the wife has got the freedom. Wife means what? A complaint box about the husband. And husband means what? A complaint box about the wife. And Swamiji means what? Complaint box for both. So, she said, Swamiji, that way my husband is very good. That way means which way God knows. See, the language of ladies, even Brahmaji gets confused. See? So, that way he is very good. I have no complaints. But, he has got such a terrible temper. He becomes so angry. I just can't take it anymore. She said like that. So tell what should I do? So there was a nice paratha bite in my mouth. So I didn't want to spoil that. So I was eating comfortably. Now that boy, he said, Swamiji, can I reply on your behalf? I said, Chela ji, jindabad, ho jao. And then that child told that, Mummy, do you know what we learned today in Swamiji's lecture? He was very regular in the morning class. We are talking on Kenopanishad. And there 5 mantras come. One mantra I'll tell you. Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. That which cannot be thought of by the mind, but that because of which the mind is able to think, that is Brahman, and that Brahman you are, and you have to know that you are that Brahman. I was so thrilled to see the exposition by that child, 8 years. There he didn't stop. He said, Mama, therefore, like you are Brahman, Papa is also Brahman, Swamiji is also Brahman, I am also Brahman. Then, like we have got chocolates, there are many brands. So our Papa is an angry brand Brahman. How beautiful it is. See, friends. Normally, instead of learning, we react. When you learn, you don't react. Like the example of fire I gave. When we learn that fire burns, we don't react to the fire. On the contrary, that burning ability of the fire is utilized to our benefit. See? In the same manner, when you know that this person, like another example, if you want to get the work done from the small kids, don't tell them directly. You talk among yourself in such a manner that the child can listen. Don't tell directly. Our Tabbu, she is so sweet, and I have never seen any child like her. And she helps me a lot. Now she is listening. And that time casually say, Swami, you don't believe, is it not? No, I don't believe. Now see, Tabbu, yes. Can you get water for Swamiji? Of course. Otherwise, you will never do anything. But now, chadhao, kaam karwao. See, friends, therefore learn from the Agni, from the fire. So, the fire only eats and forgets about it. Similarly, the fire is present in every form. Fire is an element which is supporting the forms. If the wood is square, the fire is square. If the wood is long, the fire is long. Meaning that which supports all the forms is formless. Let us remain in this way. Support all the experiences, but do not get entangled in any experience. See? But we become so serious about every small little thing. If you learn, you will never become serious in life. If you don't learn, you will become serious on every issue. See? Like the other day, my habit. Mahatma ji, how are you? Swami ji, you are pulling my legs. Don't call me Mahatma. I said, Beakoof, how are you? He got angry. Do you know why he got angry? Not because I called him Beakoof. Because how did Swami ji also know? Therefore he got angry. Learn, friends, learn. And this process of learning can never stop. Every moment. And when this process continues, you are in tune with the divine through your Guru 24 hours. Friends, if hunger is in the stomach and the food is in the plate, hunger will not be satiated. Plate se uthao, पेट में डालो, hunger satiated. Exactly the same way. Confusion is in the mind. Guru is outside. That Guru must appear in your mind. And Guru appears in our mind in the form of this learning ability. Otherwise, Guru tells, look here, as long as you are identified with the body, you can never be happy. Therefore, disidentify. Oh, it is okay for you to say, but it is difficult for me to do it. What that Guru will do? When the disciple is not ready to listen, will he ever change? Normally what we do with the external Guru, we argue and try to deny. Like, we are told, never support anger. Don't be angry in your life. Because kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavaha. No, this is to be terrible enemy of your life. Then reaction comes from the student. Swamiji, if you don't become angry, nobody will work. So, whatever was told was rejected, and one justifies how anger is required to live in life. What that Guru will come? Okay, Baba, mere par mat gussa karna. See, friends, therefore, bring that Guru Tattva in your heart. Then you will get the right direction. See, friends. Further, this fire burns everything. For the fire, there is nothing like auspicious and inauspicious. Everything is same. In the same manner, the seeker must not have differentiation on account of any criteria. Ishavasya sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma grudakasya siddhanam. Let us start again and again insisting that whosoever comes in our life is none other than our beloved Lord. Try it. It definitely happens. See? Whatever we think, that will start happening if our thinking is powerful. See? When the great masters say something, why it happens? Because their words are associated with the meaning. Our words are not associated with the meaning. When we say to somebody, darling, I love you, malum hai, jao. Because our words, I love you, doesn't contain love. See, friends, that love word must carry the meaning, then see the difference. See? Similarly, when we chant, Bhagwan gets confused, they say, kiska naam bula raha hai? They are discussing among themselves. तुमको बुलाएगा नहीं. Because those words do not carry the meaning of the word Lord's name. See? Contrary to that, if you really mean what you utter. Om Sri Ram. Om Sri Ram. Each and every cell of our body becomes intoxicated with this rasa. Raso vaisaha. Rasagam evayam labdva nandi bhavati. Mouth is the same. Word is the same. See, friends. Therefore, from the fire I learned this, that let no differentiation be made for anything. Let us mean what we say. Then swamayaya srishtamidam sadasallakshanam vibhuhu pravishta iyate tat swarupogni iva endhasi. Like the fire enters every kind of form and supports every form, but doesn't get attached to any particular form. In the same manner, wherever we are, with whomsoever we are, let us learn to be 100% present. Be very attentive. 100% presence is equal to God realization. For us, our mind is scattered in pieces, either in the past, or the future, or the things, or the places, and we are hardly with ourselves, even for a moment. When we are 100% present, in that 100% presence, you hug even an unknown person. He will have a totally different quality experience. See, friends, now you can learn this from your children. This I learned from a child. Very sweet girl, like this Narayan's daughter. When I was doing something, and I said, okay, you go talk, I am talking to you, I am listening to you, okay? And I was doing something. She could not stop. Swami ji, she put her small little sweet hands around my cheeks, pulled myself. Swami ji, listen to me. Means what? She wanted 100% presence. Wherever there is 100% presence, it is the truth. Truth doesn't have fractions. Either you know or you don't know. थोड़ा थोड़ा लगता है. See? Like many people say, since I came on this line, I have started improving spiritually. How? Earlier I used to eat every day non-vegetarian. Now it is alternate day. Spirituality. These are all the cartoons of spirituality. See? Now, from the moon also I learnt a lot. See? Visargadya smashananta bhava dehasya natmanaha kalanamiva chandrasya kalena vyakta vartmana. It's such a beautiful thought. See? Moon is the 17th. In Prashnopanishad, Shodasha Kala Purushaha, this topic comes, that there is a Purusha which has got 16 kalas. And this is from the moon. Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturtiya, etc. Purnimasi, 15. Amavasya, 16. To whom these things belong? To the moon. But is really moon divided into 16 parts? These 16 kalas They only appear in the moon or on the moon under n number of conditions. But the moon continues always to be 100%. Moon is never fractioned. In the same manner, the teacher says here, in the same manner, the self, that I am. On this, the various kalas, dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuyati. See? On this self, there are many kalas: childhood, teenage, middle age, young adult, not old, I think old. These are all the different kalas. To whom they belong? Be attentive. I was in Varanasi and there is one elderly person, very nice person. Because he allowed me to stay in his good house, therefore he is nice. So simple, So he was attending the satsang and he asked me this question, Swamiji, you tell us, don't talk about the childhood or your past. What is wrong if I talk? I said, nothing wrong, talk. As long as I am staying in your house, I have to listen. Like you listen to my Vedanta, I will listen to you. No change. No, I want to know why we should not talk about our past, our childhood, etc. I said, okay, tell me, childhood belongs to whom? To the body. And when you talk about your childhood, you are getting identified with the body as a child. And now you talk about your old age. So, all your spiritual practice is null and void because you do not want to give up the body identification. The body doesn't talk. It is the one who is identified with the body. He goes on talking. जब हम बच्चे थे. See? Recognize this principle. Therefore, whenever we talk about our past, we are caught up only in the body identification. So many kalas, the moon has so many facets, but the moon is untouched by any one of them because these are mere superimpositions on the moon. In the same manner, the self that we are, on that self, the body and its modification, the prana and its modification, the mind and its modification, the intellect and its modification, they are superimposed, desuperimposed, superimposed, desuperimposed. See, friend. Focus attention on this reality, which has supported everything, but which is never influenced by anything. But how to do this? A simple technique, which you all know. Apply only it. What is the technique? As you listen to Satsanga and Vedanta, in the same manner listen to the world. When you listen to Satsanga Vedanta, it doesn't touch you. Similarly, when you listen to the world, don't get influenced. But why people call me fool? See? Like, I keep on talking, but does it make any difference? In the same manner, if somebody calls you fool, why should you become miserable? See, friends, don't become unnecessarily involved, reactionary. Therefore, kalena yoga vegena bhutanam prabhapyo nitya api na drishyate atmanaha agnehe yatharjisham. Friends, every plant, animal, human being, they are constantly shedding their skin. This example comes in Yoga Vasishta. Every 6 months, the snake drops his complete skin. So the old skin is like a slough, like a sleeve. And that time, the snake tries to go in some sharp objects, like, the thorns, etc. And there the skin gets stuck. And he comes out of that with great painful affair. And when he goes out, he doesn't look at it. It is just lying like that. Exactly the same thing happens with you and me. When we get the white thing, when you don't take bath for a month or two, see, and those white lines come and you remove that, it is nothing but the old skin that is shed. So the body with which we were born, it is not the same body. According to your medical science, every cell in the body is replaced in 7 years. So suppose I am 70 years. So how many bodies I have changed? 10 bodies. Now which body I am? See, friends. But do we get the experience that I have changed? That is why the old people say, I don't feel I am old. You cannot feel. Because you have not become old. It is the body. But you are not able to give up the body identification. Therefore, as an old body, you try to live as a young man. And then all the problems begin. See? Kauva chala ham saki chala. So, gune gunanupadatte yatha kala mimunchati na teshu vijjate yogi gobhir ga iva gopatihi. Therefore, this is continuously changing like the flow of the rivers. It is not the same river. What you have taken bath 2 minutes before, it is not the same. Everything is continuously changing. In the same manner, our body has changed. Our capacity has changed. Our values have changed. Our priorities have changed. Our ability to understand has changed. Everything is changing. And all these changes are not happening to me. Like the 16 colors, they do not pertain to the moon. Those 16 colors pertain to the vision of a person who is seeing that. If somebody will go away from the earth, he will never be able to see the Purnamasi and Ekadashi. These are the conditioned experiences. Therefore, from the moon I have learned this, that the world is constantly changing, but I remain unchanged. When there is Amavasya, the moon doesn't disappear. Moon is there, only we cannot see. In the same manner, when the body is constantly changing, whether it is healthy or unhealthy, in and through everything, there is one principle which supports both health and unhealth. A dead person does not have health problem. Incidence of cancer in the Catholic graveyard cannot be. As much health is supported by the self, that much the diseases are also supported by. See, friends, this manner I learned from the moon. The changes are supported by me, but I am the changeless. Then from the sun, buddhate svena bhedena vyaktistaha iva tadgataha lakshate sthulamati atma cha avastito arkavat. From the sun I learned like this. The sun keeps on sucking the waters from the ocean, not for himself, but then he again gives away for the betterment of the society or the world. In the same manner, I have learned that one's life should be such that it is meant for others and not for oneself. And similarly, a yogi, a sincere seeker, should have the ability to withdraw from the world with a fraction of moment. In a fraction of moment. See, this freedom is called as control over mind. Control over mind doesn't mean, like one husband told me. I said, hey man, how many accidents you have done in your life? I don't know why I ask sometimes some question to somebody. Just ask, time pass. He said, Swamiji, not even a single point on my driving license. When the old husband tells something and if the old wife is around, do you think she will keep quiet? How will you do accident? Did you ever drive the car? the same manner, simply going and staying in a place where nothing is available, and then imagine, I have got self-control. It is something like, I have never committed an accident. You never drive the car, man. See? We have to live in this world. Don't run away from the world. And living in this world itself, we have to discover the truth. See? In one place in Hyderabad, when my lecture was over, youth was addressed. And one elderly person came. Swamiji, I got a question. I said, come up and talk on the mic, so everybody knows. So he asked a question. His question was, do you mean that everybody should become a Swami like you? Then I asked, everybody has heard his question? Yes, Swamiji. Very good. Did I say any time that everybody should become a Swami? No, Swamiji. I said, did you get the answer? No, but I thought you said. I said, that's your problem. Why you think? And I said, look here, I am not that fool to make every one of you as a Swami. Then my market will go down. You continue suffering, then only I can enjoy. See, friends. Therefore, from the sun I learned this thing, that we have to have perfect control over senses, and of all the senses, be attentive, only one organ you try, and it is a two-in-one, and that is our tongue. See, tongue is both karmendriya, jnanendriya. When it is tasting the food, it is the jnanendriya. And when it is blabbering and wagging, it is the karmendriya. See? So if these two things we control, unwanted talking suspended, and let us not live to eat in this world. See? So much obsessed we get about food. And because of that, our whole life is only thinking, taking breakfast. हाँ, lunch के लिए क्या बनेगा? इसको तो खाओ. Lunch के लिए क्या बनेगा? See? And when you are taking lunch, that time, evening time, samosa banao. See? Such a person, when he is born, he will be born as a samosa. All the time eating, eating, eating. So, Nati sneha prasango va kartavyaha kwapi kenachid kurvan vindeta santapam kapota ivadina dihi. Now from the kapota, the kabutar, the, what you call for kabutar? The pigeon. From the pigeon I learned something very good. Bhagavan Dattatreya tells it is for every one of you, including the Babajis. Na ati snehaha prasangaha kartavyaha. One should not be too much attached to anything or anybody in this world. Because if you do that, other than the misery, santapan, other than the miseries, nothing will be your lot. And this is what I learned from this pigeon. Kapotaha kaschidharanye kruta nido vanaspato kapotya bharaya sadhum uvasa kachitit samaha. Somewhere in a forest there was a pigeon and he was living with his wife, pigeony. My English is very poor. So, pigeon and pigeony, they were living together. And this pigeon was so much attached to that pigeony, all the time dancing to her tune. Whatever she likes, he is to do that, and whatever she wants, he is to get for her. And she was also making fool of him and, providing him whatever comforts he wanted. And in this manner, they were living together like an ideal couple. And after some time passed, then they had a baby. And when they had a baby, they had a common enemy. See, if a husband and wife has to stay together for long, they should not wait. Produce immediately child within 1 year or 2 years. What is the reason? When the child comes, a common enemy comes. They have no time to fight with each other. See, because both of them they are engaged. This technique I tried in Sydney and it was successful. There is one couple, they are, married for 8 years. And I was told, Swami, you please help them. They are unable to stay together. So I said, let's go for a walk. We went in a garden. And when we were walking, there was some plant, some name of that plant. So the husband said, I think this is dahlia. I said, no, it's not dahlia, it is that. Now the plant is standing innocently and husband and the wife are fighting on the name of the species. And I am watching. And their argument became so serious that because of the seriousness, the plant started running. This becomes our habit. Argue, discuss unwanted things. So I knew there would take problem. I said, now listen here, when I talk to somebody, my principle is no discussion, no argument. Yes, Swami. Produce child. And then talk to me. And they produced the child. Next day when I went, they had no mutual complaint. In India, we get wisdom through SMS. All the wisdom. Terrorists unite us. Politicians divide us. Let us invite the terrorist. So we remain united. So the child is a terrorist in the family. The husband and wife remain united. They can't do nothing about it. So this Kapot and Kapoti, this pigeon and pigeony, they had a baby. And then the baby was, walking and they were looking, oh, how sweet. And it will take her, this wing and touch mom and dad. And they used to feel so good, this one loves me more. In Bombay, a Gujarati family. I went to their house for food as usual, evening time. And that lady was cooking something. They had a new baby, maybe about 4 months, 6 months like that. So, Swamiji, I'll take some time. You please sit down or see the TV. I said, no, I'll talk to the baby. So, I went to see the baby only. So, I was talking to that baby and that mother was cooking. So, that baby, what she can talk? So, I asked, I said, Mama, what he is telling? Swamiji is telling, I love mom. After some time, the father came and immediately he came, he kept his briefcase and shoes removed, washed his hand and came running to the child and lifted the child. And child doesn't know what he's talking, sounds are coming. That's it. Again he said something like, I asked him, I said, hey, what did he say? Swamiji, he makes all nonsense noise, there is no meaning to that. I said, wait a minute. I said, Mama, now what did he say? He said, I don't like daddy. How much the parents get attached to their children. The foolishness of the children is described by the parents as wisdom. The stupidity is glorified because of too much attachment. If the same thing is done by somebody else's child, the parents don't have manners how to teach the children. But when it is our dabbu, oh. Ati sneha. So much attached. And as the time passed, the story goes, as the time passed, more kids were born. And naturally, now they have to go, both of them have to go for work. So they used to go for work and collect lot of food and come back and feed the kids. And one day it so happened when both of them were out, the hunter came and he straight away went to that particular nest where so many chicks were there, and he put his net and caught hold of them and kept it there, open, and those were caught there. and noise making. And when these two parents came, first the mother came. And she saw, oh God, my sweet little kid, somebody is taking them, crying, crying. Finally, she got so much involved, she also jumped into the same net. And when she jumped into the same net, then this kapota, this pigeon, he started saying, oh God, now my children have gone, my wife has gone. अहो मे पश्यतापायम अल्प पुण्य से दुर्मते हे अतृप्त कार्य कृतार्थस्य गृहस्त्रय वर्गिको हतः अनुरूपा अनुकूला च यस्य मे पतिदेवता शून्ये गृहे माम संत्यज्य पुत्र ही स्वर्यात् साधुः. My most beloved wife, who was everything for her, for me. Without her, I could not do anything in my life. My sweet little children, all of them are going to the heavens. And now what will I do all alone at home? He became so miserable and lost the sense of discrimination that he will go there, he will also die. Not recognizing this, he also jumped into that. Tam labdva lubdhaka kruraha kapotam gruhamedinam kapotakan kapotincha siddhartha prayayo gruham. And when that last pigeon also jumped into the net, he was so happy. He wanted the catch. He collected and went home. Evam, conclusion of the story. Evam kutumba shantatma dvandva ramaha पतित्रवितां पुष्णन् कुटुम्बं कृपणः सानुबन्धो अवसीदति. यः प्राप्य मानुषं लोकं मुक्तिद्वारम् अपावृतं गृहेषु खगवत्सक्तम् आरूढच्युत विदुः. We all have this rare opportunity as a human being. See, friends, whatever achievements you may have in this world, they can never give you fulfillment in life. Ask any old person, have you discovered fulfillment in life? See, one devotee, a great devotee, Bhagwan Narayana came. Devotee Maharaj, come. I came with the Vaikuntha Airlines. I can take you straight away. So the devotee said, no, I don't want to come alone. I want to take the whole world with me to the Vaikuntha. Bhagavan said, don't bother about others, you take care of yourself. No, I don't want. Okay, then for you I give a special offer. Anybody you bring, I will take him. So he said, okay, wait. First of all, that devotee went to a sannyasi like me and said, Sannyasi Maharaj, there is an offer to go to Vaikuntha without doing anything, come with me. I can't come. The devotee was surprised, you can't come? You left everything and took sannyas and you can't come? No, I am constructing an ashram. I had to raise funds. And I am constructing a temple for the God. I don't want God, a temple for the God. And there I want to get a marble fix. How can I leave that halfway and come? I'll come later. Devotee got a hit on his head. God, what is this? Then he said, okay, let me go to Vanaprastha. Then he went to Vanaprasthi. Vanaprasthi said, just now my granddaughter got married. Unless I see her grandchildren, how can I come? Then the devotee went to the Grahastha. Grahastha said, पागल हो गए क्या? अभी तो शादी हुई है. Just now I got married and come to Vaikuntha. What for? It is something like after a marriage go for a honeymoon to a meditation camp. I am not going to come. The devotee got frustrated. Then he went to the Brahmachari. Brahmachari said, no, I have just completed 2 Upanishads. There are many more to be studied. I will come after that. The devotee got so frustrated, he said, human beings are useless, let me go to the worst animal. So he went to the pig, the swine, and to the pig. Pig Maharaj, there is an offer, come to Vaikuntha straight away. I'll ask my pigni. So he went. Suno, listen, what is that? There is an offer to go to Vaikuntha. Should we go? Do we get our food there? If our food is not available, we will not go. See, friends. And when the devotee came, Bhagavan said, try karo. See, friends, our human birth is only for one purpose. This is what the various stories tell us. Like, yesterday I told you another story of Bharata, Jad Bharat story. He ruled for 10,000 years and yet could not discover fulfillment in his life. Ultimately, he gave up everything, went to the forest and spent his life. See, friends, therefore, one has to be very clear that in this world, don't create relations and don't create possessions. Even after taking sannyasa, people talk about, he is my Guru Bandhu, Guru Bahan, and Chacha Guru, Mama Guru, Are Ram Ram, Guru Ma, Guru Baap. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. See, for all practical purposes, a sannyasi is a dead person. Don't touch a sannyasi. Take bath afterwards. See, friends. But like this pigeon, we get caught up. Yaha prapya manusham lokam mukti dwaram apavrutam. Getting into the human form is just ready to take off into the divine. See? But instead of taking up into the divine, we get lost in the same world. See? A person who is able to learn even from a passing truck, he alone has discovered the Guru in his life. See, India is full of gurus because on every truck, on the back side, wisdom is written. बुरी नजर वाले अपनी नजर टेस्ट करा ले. What more instruction you want? It doesn't matter who says. What is said is important. See, friends. Therefore, do not go anywhere in search when this ability will be discovered in your own heart. In every experience, Kenopanishad says, Pratibodha viditam matam. In every experience, truth is revealed. See? Kamihi nari piyari jimi, lobhihi priya jimidam. For a greedy person, every interaction is a matter of money. Anywhere. One of my friend, his wife and 2 kids, we went for a vacation 3 days to a retreat center somewhere, hill station. And when we went there, we landed in the evening, a nice food and slept. Next day morning, planned. 9 o'clock we'll go. Car, everything was called. So this friend of mine, he got his car little early and he said, Swamiji, by the time everybody gets ready, I'll just take a round and come back. I said, okay, go. Car came alone, without him, and with a message that you can go ahead with your program, I am caught up somewhere. I said, all right. The children were very happy. Swamiji, thank God Dad is not there. We can enjoy now. Because when Dad is there, don't do this, nothing beyond it. So we had a nice time for the whole day. We came back. Evening, this gentleman came. And he said, Swamiji, tomorrow you will have to do something. I said, Baba, don't ask me to do anything. I don't want to do anything. Tyage naike amrutato. No, you know, yesterday why I didn't come with you? I went to the market and had a survey. And in that survey, I found out there is no good vegetarian restaurant. So I had a deal with one nice looking restaurant that we will make this as a vegetarian restaurant, and we have already signed the MOU. I will invest all the money, he is short of funds, and we'll start. And therefore I want you to inaugurate. I said, don't ask me to make dosha. Inauguration. Now see, what for we have gone to that hill station? For joy and enjoyment. But my friend, wherever he will go, he will think only in terms of money. See, exactly the same way a seeker is able to discover the divine message in and through every experience of his life. Pratibodha viditam matam. And thus when we are able to recognize this message, then understand that Guru Maharaj is placing us in his full glory. See? Life becomes extremely simple. It's not difficult. Up to here we have seen the 8 gurus. Now we see the 9th guru. 9th guru is the python. Sukhamendriyakam rajan swarge naraka evacha dehinam yat yatha dukkham tasma ne chet tad buddha grasam samrushtam virasam mahantam stokam eva jadrushayava apatitam graset ajagaro akriyaham shati shayitahani bhurani niraharo anupakramaha yadi nopameir grasaha mahahi riva drishna bhuka. From the python I learned this. Now see how beautiful this thought is. Do we ever put efforts to get miseries in our life? When miseries can come without efforts in our life, which are due, in the same manner, happiness will also come in our life, which is due. Don't run after happiness. Such a solid thought. Another place it is said that our body is made out of the food which cannot last for more than few hours. When the food is cooked and leave it open, within 5-6 hours it gets rotten. That food which gets rotten in 5-6 hours, out of that food the body is made. And to imagine that his body should remain always young. His body is meant for destruction. So till such time it is working, get the best out of it. So whatever has to come, it is going to come. Only thing what we can do is prepare yourself. Don't you do this thing? We learn driving car. What is the meaning of learning driving car? Means preparing yourself for any kind of traffic which is likely to come, which is unknown to you, is it not? When you come to India and drive, there your real test is taken. Anywhere you go, suddenly the RTO comes. You know RTO means buffaloes. They can stop your vehicle anywhere. And when these NRIs come and they say, oh God, why these animals are coming? I said, look here, don't become angry. In our country, India, democracy is extended up to animals. It is not only meant for the human beings. Everybody has got every right to do anything anywhere. So, when we have the driving license, we don't expect that the traffic should be disciplined. What is expected is we are prepared for every kind of traffic in the same manner. If we are walking the spiritual path, don't expect things around us will change. We prepare ourselves. See? Bhagavad Gita was told by Bhagavan Krishna to Arjuna. After having told this Bhagavad Gita, did the situation of battle change? It is Arjuna who changed. This is what happens with most of the people who are doing upasana. हमने भगवान का इतना किया, हमने भगवान का इतना किया, क्या किया? No, I have, chanted the Lord's name. Did he ask you? You disturb him unnecessarily. Ram, 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 Ram. क्या चाहिए? Ram, 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 Ram. Disturbing that poor God. See? If you are a spiritual seeker, you will never complain. The python never complains. I am lying down here for so many days, nobody has come, I have to eat. No. Yadrucha lava santushtaha. Whatever comes unasked for, be content with whatever you get in life. See, santoshad anuttama sukhalamaha. In the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, this is one of the sutras. That is the niyama sadhana. Shaucha santosha tapasvadhyaya ishvara pranidhanani niyamaha. And he who is practicing santosha, contentment, teacher says, santoshad anuttama sukhalavaha. He who is practicing contentment, his bliss is unparalleled. See, friends. Therefore, from this python, I learned this thing. And ojasaho balayutam bibhrat deha karmakam yashayano vita nidrascha na iha indriyavanapi. Although the python has got all the powers, everything, yet he doesn't get entangled in anything. In the same manner, a spiritual seeker, he should learn to remain like a python. We don't have to get involved in everything in this world. One degree, MBBS, in the same manner, most of us have got another degree. ABMM. This degree is offered by Jumri Talaiya University. And the degree's name is A Bail Mujhe Maar. ABMM. We invite problems and then suffer. Who has asked you to invite problems? See, friends. Therefore, remain like the python. Content in your own place. Don't have to run here and there. Be at home. And when, be attentive, you start remaining at home in your own home, then you will learn the meaning. You are at peace with yourself. Guptaji, what are you doing? Nothing. I am doing some work. No, I just came. I was getting bored in my house. Why you are getting bored in your house? I was alone. If you are alone, then you are getting bored of whom? When a person gets bored, when he is alone, you can imagine how solid bore he must be. His condition is like a person went to the doctor and said, Dr. Saab, I am unable to sleep because I wake up because of my own snoring. What should I do? So doctor said, go and sleep in the other room.